Hello, I'm Tony Mitra, a resident of Delta, BC, Canada, and I'm reading out here a letter that I'm sending to the mayoral candidates and municipal candidates of Delta Corporation of Delta for the coming election dated 15th of October. Today is 26th of September, and I'm asking these questions because I've seen a few debates that is handled or conducted to introduce the mayoral candidates, and I'm not happy with the way they are done, where the public doesn't get a chance to ask honest, hard questions. The public are kept unaware of serious issues facing the government or facing the people, and these issues remain sidelined or under the carpet. So I'm taking it upon myself to ask these questions. Yes, I could stand myself as a candidate to be a municipal council member or a mayor and all that. I have been asked to join the electoral teams for Surrey. The law in British Columbia says that you don't have to be a resident of a town to stand for election for the municipal corporation of that town. You have to be a resident of the province. So I, a resident of Delta, could essentially stand for election in Surrey. But I consider myself more effective as a citizen asking hard questions to the government. I consider the duty of a conscientious citizen to be more important than that of an elected temporary public servant. I believe the citizenry is the most important stakeholder in a functioning democracy. Whether we have a functioning democracy is a big debate. Anyway, I am doing my duty as a citizen activist. And here is my question to the mayoral candidates. Dear Mr. George Harvey, Yoginder Randhawa, and Peter van der Walden, these are the three candidates for Delta. CC, candidates for municipal members. There are lots more municipal members to be elected, so I'm going to CC this letter to them as well by email, apart from sending the link to this video for them to answer. This is a set of questions from the public designed by me and asked by me. The reason for making this video with set of questions asked is that I do not see real and relevant questions being asked to potential candidates wanting to be mayors or councillors in our towns, such as Delta BC. In my view, artificially constructed and less than most important issues are presented as questions, and candidates practice how to parrot convincing answers, essentially ensuring the real issues remain under the carpet or sidelined, and less than sincere questions are asked to promote potentially less capable aspirants to gain public office to possibly waylay functioning of democracy at the grassroots level. Yes, I am serious. I have three basic questions for you to answer, but I will now restrict myself to just two. Number one, Canada produces the most toxic food on the face of this planet, closely followed by the US, thanks to agro corporations influencing our government agriculture department into turning original healthy farm practices on their head and making our food totally dependent on potentially hazardous, unnatural chemicals produced in factories in the name of fertilizers and pesticides, all masquerading as advanced technology promoted food production system. That our foods are the most toxic has now been proven by Canadian Food Inspection Agency being forced by citizen action to test and disclose results of all foods grown locally and imported for presence of highly controversial chemicals such as glyphosate-based herbicides that kill just about everything except specially designed and patented GMO crops, and also through policies of using desiccants to kill most non-GMO food crops prior to harvesting. Results are out there. Big Pharma goes along with it. If the people and pet animals and wildlife are sick because of toxicity in food, in feed and forage, it brings money to the big pharma not to cure them, but to keep them alive and sick for life. As a result, Canada along with USA has the dubious distinction of being the sickest continent on earth, an open secret. Human autism at birth has moved from about 1 in 10,000 a generation ago to 1 in 30 today and is heading for 1 in 2 in the coming decades. This is slated to destroy our civilization. My question, are you even aware of this situation? If not, why should I consider you eligible as a candidate for mayor or councillor? And if you are, why is it not one of the most important items in your agenda to fix? No, you are not allowed to sidestep this problem by claiming, oh, this is Ottawa's business. Mass public sickness is everybody's business and particularly mine and yours. I am doing my bit by asking you this question in public. I expect you to do your bit by addressing it to the public. Number 2, Canada has no constitution, either federally or provincially or municipally. We are hoodwinked into thinking that we have rights for some pieces of paper, such as Charter of Rights and Freedoms. These were penned by people other than representatives of the people and passed as acts of parliament, some federally and some provincially, penned mostly by corporations and bigwigs interested to protect their own investments and not geared to protect rights of the citizens. Also, and more damaging, all these clauses, being mere acts of parliament, can also be overruled or taken away by future acts of parliament as and when crooked parliamentarians controlled by big money wish to disenfranchise the people one step at a time. However, they would not have had that power if these basic rights were enshrined in a proper ratified constitution which would oblige the government to go back to the people in public referendums before basic rights can be infringed upon. The politicians have been either totally ignorant that we do not have such protection, or are very happy to maintain the status quo and engage in keeping the people blinded or blind to this very serious shortcoming. We are not a democracy of the people and will not be till such time that our democracy is legally protected by a ratified constitution. My question, are you even aware of this serious shortcoming of Canada's apparently fake democracy where the people do not really have any real rights? If you are aware, what are you proposing to do about it other than tap dance around it? If you are unaware, why do you consider yourself qualified to represent me? These are my basic questions for now. I had a third question involving the handling of COVID situation, but do not wish to drag this on. Perhaps I shall address the COVID related issue on another letter. If you care to answer to these questions, I shall read them out in future videos, including my comments if any. If you do not care to answer, I shall still make a closing video stating that you did not respond and I consider you to be essentially incapable of responding to serious and fundamental problems facing the people and hence are not any more suited to be my mayor than a lamppost would be. Thanking you, Tony Mitra, 10891 Cherry Lane, Delta BC V4E3L7 Canada, 604-649-7535, tony.mitra@gmail.com. Thank you.